I'm going to show you how I make my bread today. I think the ingredients are very important, so I start out with Bob's red mill flour, the whole wheat flour, and I also use the unbleached white flour. I use some olive oil from Costco and some honey, also from Costco. Need some salt and also some bread machine yeast and some flaxseed. Once we've got the ingredients together, we're going to measure everything. Turn the scale on and we push the gram button because I measure things in grams. First ingredient I'm going to add is water. Recipe calls for 225 grams of water. So pour that in there and hopefully I can stop before it goes over. And there. And then we zero it out so we can add the next ingredient. Next ingredient is going to be the whole wheat flour. I put it in here just to make it easy to go in. Okay, and we need 228 grams of this flour. So here we go. Adding the flour. And there we go, 228 grams. Alright, so now I'm going to zero it out again. And then we're going to add the white flour. This one we need 83 grams. Okay, so put the white flour in there. Oop, I'm spilling a little bit there. And we got 83 grams. Okay. And I went 1 gram over, that doesn't really matter. Okay, zero it out again. And we're going to put in some flaxseed. Now usually what I do is I make the flour all the way above the water at this point. Okay, so I'm moving the flour around in there. And I also make kind of two sides, one for the wet and one for the dry ingredients. So I'm going to put the dry ingredients on this side, that's the flax. So I'm going to put 15 grams of flax. Oops, went a little bit over on that. I usually put 15 to 20 grams of that. And then I'm going to add the honey. And we'll put that on this side, over here. Okay, so... Okay, 30 grams. Now, same thing with the oil. Going to put 30 grams of oil in. Just put that right on top of the honey. Okay. And then, that's everything we need to weigh, actually. The rest we're going to use this teaspoon, half teaspoon measure. Okay, so I usually use a rounded teaspoon of this yeast. Okay, so I don't flatten it out. And I make a little hole right on top here so that it doesn't get mixed up with the other ingredients in the flour, and then put it right inside there. Okay, and then the last item I'm going to do is the salt. They say not to mix the salt and the yeast together, so I'm going to put the yeast in the middle and the salt on top of the other dry ingredients. And there's the salt. Okay, so that's everything. Ready to go into the bread making machine. And then we put the bread in the bread making machine. Sometimes I got to adjust this to get it in there. Make sure it's secure. Close the lid. And then we're going to select. Go down to the whole wheat. And I usually put this so it comes at 330. And then I'm going to adjust this to the time. And then I push start. Ready to go. And in the morning it's ready to go.